Levez la main si vous avez déjà douté de Lane Hutson. Je peux vous dire une chose, son ancien entraîneur avec Boston University, Jay Pandolfo, lui, a toujours cru en lui. Il est très heureux de voir ce que Hutson est en mesure d'accomplir avec les Canadiens de Montréal cette saison.
It's been a treat, to be quite honest with you, to watch him and what he's doing at the NHL level. Not really surprised, just because of seeing him on a day-to-day basis, how hard he works, how talented he is, and how much he loves the game. And it's been so impressive to see the impact he's had on the Montreal Canadiens at such a young age and a very difficult position. Going to the National Hockey League as a defenseman at that age is really hard, and it's been very impressive to see the success he's had up to this point.
Bon, même ceux qui étaient les plus grands fans de Lane Hutson dans la NCAA avaient hâte de voir ce qu'il aurait été en mesure de faire au prochain niveau dans la Ligue nationale de hockey. On en a eu un avant-goût au printemps 2024, mais tout le monde se demandait un peu comment il va faire dans une saison complète. Est-ce que son entraîneur avec BU s'attendait à ce qu'il ait autant un gros impact avec sa nouvelle équipe aussi rapidement? Je lui ai posé la question.
I thought there's no question there's going to be some growing pains like there is for every player that steps into the National Hockey League, especially out of the NCAA. But just seeing him, what he did for us as a player, the success he had, his habits that he has on the ice and off the ice, I did think it was going to translate because he is such a smart hockey player. I felt like if he's playing with the best players in the world in the National Hockey League level, the game may even be a little bit easier for him. Sometimes the National Hockey League, you know, if you have the ability to play there and you have the brain to play there, sometimes it's easier. There's not as much chaos as there is at some of the lower levels. And Lane's brain is so good that I thought it was going to translate pretty well for him.
It must be satisfying as a coach to see a guy like Lane Hutson thrive in the NHL, knowing that you had a role to play in his development.
At the end of the day, it comes down to the player wanting to do the things that are going to help him develop. And that's how Lane is wired. That's what he did here every single day. Kim Branville, I give a lot of credit to. He runs our D. He did a lot of one-on-one work with Lane, a lot of video work. Lane we play, you know, the NCAA is basically a weekend league, right? You play Friday, Saturdays. Lane would be Monday morning, 8:15 in the video room with Kim or in Kim's office, going over the games, things to improve on, things he did well. And he did that for 2 years straight. He never got away from that. So that tells you how, you know, committed Lane is to being a great player. And I think that goes a long way. You need the player to buy into the development part of it, and Lane has done that. And yeah, it's great. Like we really enjoy watching him. I'm a, you know, grew up in Boston. I'm a Bruins fan. I've never caught myself watching so many Montreal Canadian games. So it's been a lot of fun. So I'm really happy for him. And like I said, the success this early, yeah, maybe a little surprised, but at the end of when I really think about it, not really, because I just know what he's capable of.
How much has he evolved as a hockey player in the past 3 years? So since you first saw him, in which area of his game maybe did he take the biggest step, according to you?
I think defensively. I think the offensive ability there is that's instinct. That's just him going out and playing hockey and making good reads and seeing the ice. I think defensively, he's gotten so much better, understanding how to play against bigger players. His defensive gaps got so much better. His angles with his stick got so much better. Those are all the things he focused on when he was here. And he got so much better at him, and it's paying off for him at the National Hockey League level. He's done a very good job defensively, too. I watch games. He's out there against the top players. He's doing very well with it. And I think that's where most of his development came, because of the offensive side, that just came naturally to him. There wasn't a whole lot of teaching you're going to do there. So it was more the defensive side of the game, and he's improved so much.
What will his biggest challenge be now that clearly is on every team's scouting report? What his next big challenge will be in the NHL?
I think it's just the consistency game after game. You know, he's not, you come from college, you play 40 games, now you're playing, it's a long season. So just that consistency night in and night out is going to be the biggest challenge for him. But I think now for him, he loves being at the rink. He loves playing. So that's going to help him. He just wants to play hockey. So when you have that sort of mindset, it can certainly help you. And I think too, like the second, third times guys play against him, you know, every player, when you see them after a few times, you have a book on them, right? So it'll maybe get a little bit difficult that way. But with Lane, he'll make adjustments. That's what he does. He'll make adjustments in his game. He's done that all along. So yeah, it's just going to be fun to continue to see him grow as an NHL player.
Lane Hutson et Macklin Celebrini sont deux des candidats au trophée Calder cette saison. Ce qu'ils ont en commun, ben les deux ont joué à Boston University sous Jay Pandolfo.
I wish both of them were still here. That's for sure. But it's amazing that those two guys, no question, are going to be up for Rookie of the Year, both of them, which is, you know, certainly impressive. But I just enjoyed having those guys around our program and getting other guys to learn from them in how they approach the game on a day-to-day basis. These guys, the way they practiced every day, and that's what you need. When your best players are your hardest workers and compete the hardest in practice, that pulls the group along. So those two guys did that, and just being able to spend time with them. I learned stuff from them too by watching them, by talking to them, what they see. So it was so much fun coaching those two guys, and to see what they're doing, both of them, in their first year, it really is amazing.
Lane Hutson a trois frères. Il y en a deux qui jouent présentement à Boston University. Quinn, un attaquant de 23 ans, et Cole, 18 ans seulement, un défenseur, un choix de deuxième tour avec les Capitals de Washington, qui vient d'avoir un excellent tournoi au championnat du monde de hockey junior. Ça se pourrait que Cole soit aussi bon, voire meilleur que Lane au même âge.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. I don't want to say one's better than the other at this point. Yeah, Cole has the potential to, no question, be just as good and maybe better. But it's been fun coaching him as well. They're very similar. I would say maybe Cole's a little bit more physical defensively, where Lane more uses angles, stick positioning, where Cole's a little bigger than Lane. So he plays a little bit more physical in that way. But with the puck, they both can control the game. They have the puck in their stick a lot. They drive a lot of possession. They drive a lot of offensive generating plays. They both have the brain and the IQ to make anyone they play with better. And saw it with Lane. I'm seeing it with Cole. They'll make plays where sometimes guys aren't ready for it, where it's on their stick and they just see, you know, they're 2-3 steps ahead of guys, and they're both very similar that way. So it's been fun coaching them both. Actually, it was great for us to, you know, Lane moves on, and then, you know, we get Cole to come in and do a lot of the same things Lane was doing. So it's been so much fun. And yeah, how well Cole played at the World Juniors was really impressive. Really impressive for him to do that. First year eligible to do it too was pretty special. And for them to win the gold and him having such a big part in it. First player ever, if I'm not mistaken, first defenseman ever that led the tournament in scoring. That's not easy to do.
Again, thank you so much for your time today. Best of luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it. Thank you.